you're not going to bring in. I mean, in a safe house, everybody thinks, oh, everybody's living there. It's a clubhouse, and they come in day
Okay, what we have here is just a short intervention. This was not planned, obviously, and it's just kind of like a tragedy in action and point blank. This is exactly how not to crowdsource. Eventually, the web shop project is all about learning and sharing and developing and researching and attempting to get tools to do so, and crowdsourcing is a part of that. This is a tragedy in action and is very dangerous. Please pay attention to the bombastic rhetoric that's going on, the outrageous claims, the fear-mongering. There are not enough words to describe how wrong this particular crowdsource the truth group is and how dangerous it is for their followers to be going along with this and defending the actions of this trio. There's really not much else I can say about that. I know this is a new channel. It probably won't reach very many people, but you know, let's hope for the best. Get the word out. We're going to leave it running for a couple of minutes, capture the comments. I had some notes for this the other day. Just didn't seem to have the opportunity to be able to get things going. But what we'll do is, here are a couple of notes, or a couple of questions.
It's going to be almost exactly a Fort Sumter.
Peter Brown, in all caps, is yelling that it's going to be in Newark, New Jersey. And remember the nuclear disaster drills they held.
So
when was that, Peter Brown, nuclear disaster drills? Newark, New Jersey is about
just so that you know, this is the channel that we're talking about on YouTube. We'll take that, put it into the note.
I agree with that. So tweet that at the Coast Guard. Real world security
sent me an article about
Channel.
in 2002 about a suspected Al Qaeda plot to
And
explode a
we'll
radioactive dirty bomb. So it's nothing like new.
add the URL.
From 2002. It was
Just for
in
posterity.
Chicago.
We may well do some follow-up on this while we're putting together some of the online resources that we're developing in the background. Like I said, this is an impromptu live stream that may or may not reach very many people, but we'll hope for the best. Just pay attention and learn what not to do. And keep in mind, this group does not have any of this information they claim to be gathering publicly available for any of the participants that are crowdsourcing.
Breaking up, George. Can you hear me? George, you're breaking up, George. I mean, again, George is not saying, hey, this is happening right now. George is not saying... Sorry, George. Say that again. Can you hear
Did you lose me?
Yes, you're back now. Say again. Well, George, you all right?
Yes. Let's move for topics. Yeah.
You're in bed. Oh, we just lost George.
The thing here.
Go audio only. George, audio only. Please, you're breaking up. We have very weak signal. Now you're silent. Listen, we're doing our best here. There was a drill of some kind in New Jersey a couple of months back. I don't recall, Joel. I'm not sure.
Oh, it was a nuclear. It was a drill for a nuclear event.
Wendy Teresa is telling us there's a DDoS, a directed denial of service attack hitting Texas. What is Gotham Shield, Brett? People know what Gotham Shield is, but I do remember Gotham Shield. That was the thing.
Yeah.
New Jersey.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Well, Proud White Bird, I'm glad you sent this to everyone that you know.
So let's see here. Let's put this over towards the comments so you can follow along a little bit with the comments.
But we believe...
I'm attempting to record the screen here at the same time for later purposes, but we're doing what we can with what we have.
Telling me that there are our SEAL team is located in Virginia Beach.
Not sure how good that might look. Probably not good at all.
In admiration of George. All right, that's fine.
And, oh, just
I'm
a
not
little
sure how to
bit
zoom
more
it.
on this
What we're doing is
channel, too, Dirty
we're in the
Bombs.
process of learning how to utilize some of this technology and incorporating older technology through open source means.
Where he studied how to assemble a radioactive bomb.
Who was it
So
that
we'll
studied that, Trish?
we'll just keep it on the comments.
This was
Hopefully there will be
a
some.
former Chicago
Looks like there's some
street
kind of
gang
something on the.
member,
Pardon me.
Abdullah Al-Muhajir, M-U-H-A-J-I-R.
Is that a little clearer, maybe? Not sure what that is.
Uncover the trade craft using on an international level. Gnarly Harley. I don't understand. But Gnarly Harley, it's difficult for me to know what you're talking about here. You've told us things that I do find useful. Please understand, this is not the most efficient method for you to receive information. I'm confused and overwhelmed by all these taxes here. They might have already unloaded bombs in New York City. Well, I mean, certainly anything is possible, Kaufman. I don't want to get into too much speculation. George is not speculating. George is not making things up. George is sharing intelligence with the crowdsourcing community that comes to him from law enforcement professionals. He said this. I'm only repeating what he said. We can help. What George has said is that Sorry, Trish, go ahead.
What is going on
was
here?
involved in the prosecution of this guy, which is consistent with what McCabe did with the Somali student in.
Let's just pay attention to some of these comments.
I don't think I have the ability to activate slow chat because I'm running this from.
Try to turn up the volume.
I'm running this from an iPad, and let me see if I.
Sorry
can
about
do
the
it over
jitters.
here. I mean, this might screw up the stream, but this is just not the way that we were normally doing it. So activate slow chat.
Back, I wonder.
What's that? Well, we would like to get George back. I mean, I think that. Okay, so let's
kind of pay
calm down
attention
here.
to
I
the
don't
comments.
know how to activate slow chat other than to stop this down. We've got 1,757 people watching. It just seems like what is slow chat going to do? It's just
And a lot of these people are well-meaning people.
Yeah.
And that's,
All it takes is a couple of trolls in there.
We've got a problem. Now we've got a problem. So we're not doing that. Okay. So
That was
I appreciate
lovely.
everyone's input, but let's just stay focused on what we're doing here. I think it's more
Yeah,
important
let's see
to
what
get
we
George back.
find out about, the
And the odd
ship
things
and where
are
it's
most people
been and if it's,
don't even
if it's
know about
taken
these chats.
routes over the last
And they
couple of
disappear when the
years.
stream is over.
And then,
DDoS is a directed denial of service, or I believe that's a directed denial of service attack. So when you have a server or a series of devices, just making tons and tons of requests over the internet, cannot confirm the DDoS attack on Texas. Well, I think DDoS attacks happen all the time. I believe we had one over here. Mr. Kofviv can't confirm it. I don't know if that's a real person. Lover of liberty, distributed denial of service, an attack to prevent an internet connection. It's basically overwhelming the internet connection. And we do know, Susie, there's an active shooter being reported. So where are people finding out about this DDoS attack? Who's reporting that? I'm going to look at Drudge and see what they're saying there. Trish, please go ahead.
Drudge.
I mean, it just, as I think back over the last week, we've had like one sort of big
There's a
event
problem.
almost every single day.
This is another problem with this investigation. They actually don't investigate anything. They do a lot of videos. People try to explain sometimes in the comments or in the chat or on the stream. And this is how they get their immediate info, and then they forget it and start all over. Same pattern, over and over, over and over.
Please stay with us until George returns, and then we can try to ask that.
I tried texting him, but
Ratline's investigation says it wasn't Operation Gotham Shield, that testing that was done.
in New
Was
York.
supposedly clean nuclear bomb testing. And Nikki is right, it's not on Drudge. Check InfoWars. Someone said they've been attacked.
These,
Dr. Corsi would know about that.
they have gotten these commenters, some of them, so fired up. How long are we into this?
Well, when I'm trying to type here on the iPad, something is taking over the keyboard and preventing me typing? Is it just too much activity? You can't get
Oh.
George back.
Something's taken over my computer. What the heck?
You can't type it. That's so.
When there's a lot of traffic, that can happen, but I find that happens with social media a lot. I get slowed down quite a bit.
It's like different letters are typing in as if someone else is. It's like all these letters are coming out.
And moral to this story,
I'm trying to type
paranoia
Dr. Corsi.
will destroy you.
Maybe I can call him. I don't think we can get him. Let me call Dr. Corsi. It says call failed. That's interesting.
Maybe you're getting like an internet connection.
Trish,
What concern?
That's right.
Super concerned.
Yeah.
I cannot say that it's a DDoS attack, Allison. I'm just having some weird behavior with the iPad here.
Oh, he's got a DDoS on his computer. Whew, wow. Targeted DDoS on his computer. Nobody would do a reboot. Nobody's ever had some slow computer issues.
I guess when
But, hey, I guess these guys do.
Yesterday, I was still left with the question of, what do we do? Like, what are literally the actions that are available to us under these? I mean, if all this immunity.
It's kind of odd how they don't want any legal processes to occur.
It's crazy.
What do we do? Let's not call the cops,
To a dozen people involved
etc.
in the same thing, and spy ring, corruption, extortion scheme.
And look how many people
So
are watching
I'm
this.
still kind of left wondering, okay, we can't count on our legislators clearly, and obviously our law enforcement and justice system is completely corrupted.
Okay, so people want us to review because not everyone has been on the stream.
Okay, this will be good.
That's a reasonable request. Right now we have 1,765 people watching. And Dr. Corsi says InfoWars is not under DDoS attack as far as he knows. But we've lost George. I'm going to try to bring him back on Skype here. And hopefully we can get him back. I want to just thank Dr.
And so the
Corsi.
updates are that it looks like there's going to be full immunity deals cut for everybody involved in this corruption scheme.
That's absurd. George is back, everyone. Hello, George.
Apologize for the terribleness of this video.
Dirty bomb
It's all the beta test.
Weird Michael Hastings
And
moment.
it just becomes something real.
I had about a quarter of a tank. Now I have no gas, and I'm out in the middle of the country in Ohio.
Oh, no.
So I don't know if I'm having a Michael Hastings moment or not.
Okay.
But
George, let's
Michael Hastings had plenty of gas.
Because we've got 1,760 people watching right now, and not everyone has been with us since the beginning. InfoWars Live is working, so that appears to have been false information put into the chat here. That Dr. Corsi has also said he is not aware of a DDoS attack at InfoWars. Unplug the iPad. What good is that going to do? It's connected to Wi-Fi. George, give us a wrap-up of what we've been talking about, the intelligence that you've received, the reason why we're putting it out here to the crowdsource community, and let's let everyone who's on the stream right now know what's going on. It looks like George and Trish are frozen.
Oh,
Oh no, Trish, can you hear
George
me?
is frozen to me.
Trish, wave your hands there, okay? We've got Trish. George, can you hear us? Okay. So Dr. Corsi is also saying he has zero confirmation on Maersk Memphis dirty bomb threat. He wrote about the generic threat of a container nuke in atomic Iran in 2006. George, can you hear me?
yes.
Please proceed and fill everybody in on what we've been talking about.
Well, I mean, I think it's probably better that you recap, but I'll just say this.
George
I
wants
met with a
Jason to
guy
recap.
about 30 days ago. Here he's
So he doesn't
saying,
further
"Text me,
implicate
although I
himself."
wanna die."
Okay.
No, tell Richard I don't need gas. Oh, fuck.
Whoop. Sorry there, George. Let me recap, okay? So I've been embedded with George for what, George? 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like this. George and I have been working together for just a short while, but in that time,
Everything went off the rail.
Even at times when I have first doubted what George has told me, I have now come to really have a great deal of respect for the things that George says, because so many of them have come true. And what he has now said is that one of his most trusted sources, well, I do not know if George is safe. Hopefully he is.
Not very concerned either,
Yes,
is he?
I'm safe.
Okay, George is
I'm
safe.
safe.
Just got a little bit of a connection problem there. One of George's most trusted intelligence sources has told us that there is a credible threat of a dirty bomb aboard a container ship called the Maersk Memphis. And that ship, according to our crowdsource investigators who have gone to, let's put up the site that you can go to track the ship. The Maersk Memphis is about 4 miles off of South Carolina. Current position is 32.7. I'll give you the
Now, when people report things like this to the authorities, they don't mean report it out in the air,
Would somebody
put it out in the
would
ether,
somebody-
and have
would
people
somebody run
panic.
Google Maps and see how close that is to Fort Sumter? Because I seriously believe that if it's there, it is symbolic as the first shot of the Civil War. And I hope this isn't the first shot of the Second Civil War.
Okay, so if someone can take this information from Merwin Abbott, artist, okay, the Maersk Memphis current position is 32.77674 north, 79.89767 west. And if you know,
Get in your boat
how
and
to
go
do
out there.
that, let's put that into Google Maps, take a screen capture, email that to truth@crowdsourcethetruth.org, and I'll bring it up on the screen here and we can see where that is.
None of them can do it.
Can you guys
Why
talk
can't
a little bit about
Trish
what
do
you
this?
heard again at that event where Petraeus was talking about
Yes.
war with China and
Sure. We
Can you
went to
change
that
the story
event, and
from the
David
first
Petraeus, and
story?
I think his name was Chandler Allison or Chad Allison, something like that, the author. They're talking about how China is able to build a bridge larger and wider than the bridge across the Charles River, and they did it in 48 hours. And they felt that that was somehow a reason for going to war with China. I hope everyone will go into the
Preemptive attack.
preemptive attack on China. I hope that everyone
can't let
will,
them
after this,
Caroline.
after
Look at
this
how they
stream, you can
transition.
go and search
Dirty
the,
bomb coming on a ship
search the
from North
videos
Korea,
on
apparently, or
Crowdsource
something, I
the
think,
Truth
is
YouTube
what the
channel.
first illusion
What
was.
I'll do is let me bring up the exact
Now
name
we
of
have
the
to
video.
worry
You can
about
watch
the
that
imminent
whole
attack
entire,
upon China.
CFR meeting with General Petraeus there, and you can see what he was talking about. We've recorded that because we feel it's very important for people to be able to.
And the reason, this is my own opinion, and I think a lot of other people would agree, is that, one of the reasons to go after China is because China and Russia are working toward dropping the U.S. petrodollar, and that's a huge threat to the currency itself, as well as the U.S. control over the fossil fuel market.
It's an incredibly
So-
thorny problem because, of course, we don't want to see the U.S. economy collapse. And the way everything is set up right now, the entire
My
value of the
goodness.
U.S. economy
How
is
many
built on
rabbit
the
holes can
petrodollar
one
system.
jump through?
And so we're sort of in this.
I guess I should say, how
But
many
it's
hoops can
artificial.
one
The
jump through?
system itself is
going from
artificial.
rabbit
It
hole to
can't be
rabbit hole?
sustained,
That's right. That's right. It's unsustainable.
Yeah.
It's artificial. We need a better solution than bombing every country that doesn't want to get on board with it. So.
And North Korea is a very convenient way. We've demonized them, like crazy. So we can.
Okay, we're running up on 20 minutes.
Imagine they've attacked us.
This is not the
and
most
then use
efficient
that
way
as
to
an
do it,
excuse to
but
attack
so
North
we'll
Korea,
just
which
catch
would
the last
create a
few,
refugee crisis
and
for
right about the
China,
20-minute mark,
and
I'm
then
going to plus
destabilize
stop.
the country, inhibiting its ability to move forward with those economic plans.
That's right. And for people who want to see that video, I apologize. I don't think I have this in a playlist. I'm doing my best to keep the channel organized. But if you go into the videos section of the Crowdsource the Truth YouTube channel, there is a video in there from 1 week ago called David Petraeus at the 92nd Street Y. There's only 11,000 views on that right now, so people should share that. People should view that. That's David Petraeus in conversation. Sorry, Trish, please go ahead.
Go ahead. No, it's really big. It's a really big deal to be talking.
It's David Petraeus in conversation with Graham Allison. Graham Allison is the author. The email address to reach me on is truth@crowdsourcethetruth.org, and I'll put that into the comments.
Keep in mind, that is the how not to crowdsource the truth. They don't even have access to the control over the data you're sending them. It's just a list compilation, it appears.
And then, of course, after that, George and I did a little wrap-up of
So,
what we
to wrap this up,
and I was
be
shocked
aware of
by what was said in that meeting.
these type of crowdsourcing investigations. They don't even know what they're crowdsourcing. Crowdsource the rabbit hole. Maybe we'll rename this video after we finish. Crowdsource the rabbit hole.
We've got to be in New York City.
Once again, peace and love, friends. Have a good day.
Not something that they were really
Checking out.
not something that they were really